Hey guys, how we doing there today? This is Marty Philip again for 1-2 Talk Wrestling, and we have the follow episode of that amazing 6-on-6 team match that we had last week. We had two very fun matches this week, and we're just gonna talk a little bit about them. So this is 205 and 205. First match this week was Joaquin Wilde versus Danny Burch. And Aiden English repeated a couple of times that Joaquin Wilde was undefeated in 205 Live after his 2 wins over Raul Mendoza. And by the way, they also did a little recap about what happened, I think it was 2 weeks ago, on that NXT angle where Raul Mendoza got kidnapped. So it's kind of fun that they are kind of tying up 205 storylines to NXT storylines. We had a lot of holes and a lot of mat action on this match. Joaquin Wilde was trying to get as much air as possible because of course he feels more comfortable in a more like Cruiserweight style, and Danny Burch was trying to keep it more slow pace and more strong style, which is what he's also most comfortable with. Now, as far as I know, Joaquin Wilde is the first wrestler in all of these kind of non-audience events that has actually made some usage of the empty arena. So he went up to one of those barricades behind the commentator team and jumped with some sort of upper arm to Burch. So that's kind of nice, good for him. This is the first one who actually makes some usage of all that empty arena space. But sadly for him, that was not enough. He eventually got headbutted in the head, and then he very quickly tapped out to Burch in the middle of the ring for his clean victory here, and I guess his first defeat in his undefeated 2-win streak or something. Now, something interesting happened after this match. We got a recap of what happened last week, and if you want to check that, check our video about that amazing 6-on-6 match. We highly recommend to check that. But we also learned that John Cena was in the audience, so he was somewhere in the tech area looking at the match, and he spoke very highly about the action of the 205 guys, and of course he has to. I'm pretty sure he can't do much of the stuff that those 205 guys do, but still John Cena is a big star, and a lot of the guys, we saw some Twitter from the guys from 205 Live, and they were very happy to get this kind of endorsement from John Cena, so it's pretty important for them. So cool Cena. I hate Cena. Second match of the night was Swerve Scott versus Oney Lorcan, and they were presented, both of them are as the guys that stood tall on the 6-on-6 match last week. Kind of interesting because Oney Lorcan got eliminated from the match. Swerve Scott was one of the last 2 remaining for Team Cruiserweight NXT, but Lorcan got eliminated. Now, they did highlight his performance during the match. So anyways, these are the 2 guys who stood tall from the big match. And again, as we saw in the previous match, Swerve Scott was trying to keep a fast-paced match, to do some air, and Lorcan was trying to keep it more on the mat, more hard-hitting, strong style. It was a very funny line from Aiden English, because he hit one of these European uppercut, and he said that's not an European uppercut, it's an American uppercut. It's not that pretty, but it hits twice stronger. They had quite an equal level of offense during the first early minutes of the match, but as soon as Swerve Scott managed to get some more air into the match, he basically started dominating. He got a pretty near fall with a flatliner. It was kind of silly because the referee obviously stopped 2.5 to 3/4, and he just left the hand in the air just for a brief second. But if you look closely, you can definitely tell that the referee was waiting for Lorcan to kick out of the pin, so that was kind of silly. And then for some weird reason, Lorcan put Swerve on the 3rd rope. He was probably trying to do some slam or something like that, and of course Swerve hit him a couple of times, and basically this all ended up on Swerve hitting a double stomp from the 3rd rope and getting the 3 count on Lorcan clean on the middle of the ring. So what did we learn today from this 205 Live? We learned that never put a high flyer, never help a high flyer into the 3rd rope. So that was pretty much this episode of 205. I was expecting personally a little bit more fallout from the team match last week. Definitely, I was expecting a lot more Jack Gallagher involvement, but it was okay. It was not that bad, and the commentary team like keep on talking about it. So I hope we continue kind of pushing forward within all the storylines that we kind of build on that match. So thank you again, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you soon.